Most days I come into the craft room and I'm looking to make a card of a specific type that I have in mind. Today is not one of those days. Today, I want to make some backgrounds. I want to make some backgrounds for upcoming cards, as well as make some backgrounds that I'm going to use when making these cute little treat boxes. These are so much fun. You look at them and you say, wait, how do you get in there? Look at this. Like that. Isn't that pretty neat? I have a feeling my grandson and granddaughter will love this very much. I think the little one may be a little too young yet, but the older two will love this. So I like the way you can do this and get to your treats, but I'm not going to tell them right away and see if they figure it out. But I want to decorate them. This one I made when I got this die just to see what it does, what it looks like and what I'm going to do with it. And I've decided this would be my Valentine's Day treat box. I might make it again. I really like the way you open it up. I think that's kind of clever. I'm going to make them with this, but I wanted to have a better Valentine looking background. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with what I have, but once I make it, I'll figure it out. So what I want to do is I brought out some stencils. And this stencil is just a simple, and I can't tell you who it's, oh, it's Simon Says Stamp. It says SSS on it, and I'm pretty sure that's Simon Says Stamp. And so that is the hearts and stars. I think that'll be a good one. I want to make this candy one. I used this background in a card, but I want to make it with a different way. And then this I've had for a while. And I have a lot of heart stamps, but I want to use this. And I was thinking if I use these guys down here especially and made them kind of three-dimensional, I could cut them out and put them on here, or maybe just make the flat panel to go on the front. So that was a thought. And if I make it and I don't use it, that's okay too. I'll use it for something else in the future. I wanted to try the lunar paste. I don't use it enough, and I'm reminded of that every now and again when people mention it. So I'm going to use my Make Art Station here, and I think I'll start with the Simon Says Stamp one. I just want to take you along while I make these backgrounds today, because that's something I thought would be really fun. I'm going to make this with just a couple of different pinks, because I thought that would look kind of neat, again, if I put something red on it. So we'll start off easy. Get our feet wet with some worn lipstick and pickled raspberry. I do have a Gina K small one, and I have a Stamperia big one. So I'm going to do the picked raspberry. I'm going to try to keep, oh, look how light I kept that. Was that a great job? Good news is, it's okay. All right, so I was going to do the darker. Kind of want to mix it up so it wasn't all darker. I wanted it to be a little lighter in here, different colors, different pinks, not necessarily all the same. Just to give it a little bit of texture, a little bit of interest, as opposed to it just being the same. Thought it would make it a little bit more fun. And if losing my stencil wasn't fun, maybe this is. I wonder how many calories this burns. Have you ever thought of that? Just curious. All right, I think that should do for this. But I'm not going to clean this because I'm using the pink again, and then I'm going to try to use, see, that looks pretty. I like that. I think that looks pretty. We got enough of it in here to make our box, our little treat box. So I'm going to keep this one, and I'm going to go to the second one. Now I'm going to use the same in the second one. My idea is to use the same for a background. Then put this down and use the red lunar paste and see how that works. But I'm going to leave the pink in here because I do have another idea after that. I've got a lot of ideas just while I was picking out my supplies, I kept going, oh, wait, maybe I should do this. And oh, wait, maybe I should do that, which is kind of fun. I'm going to go with the picked raspberry. So I'm going to dry it a little bit. Now we're going to try some lunar paste on here. So what I found with lunar paste, for watching a whole lot of demonstrations, the best way really to use it is to first of all ignore the little hard parts I have over there. There's a lot of it down here. So I try to grab it on the back of my knife. That seems to make it a little bit better. And then put it down. I got a little thing right there. And then skim it over it like this. So I'll take this off, and before it dries, you want to take it off of here and see how it looks. Hopefully, you get a pretty good product out of it. I would say that's not too bad. You got a couple of them here that have a little bit, not enough, but not too bad overall. She kind of gives them a little dimension. I don't mind that too much. All right, next up, I would like to do on the next one, here's my idea for this one. I would like to try our two-step stamping, but I want to try the pink first. We're doing this on craft, I'm sorry. The pink first, and then follow it up with the red for the accents on here to see how that comes out. I don't know how it's going to come out. I mean, I'm just trying it out. You're just coming along because, you know, I'm doing all kinds of fun stuff. I'm just playing. I'm having a little play today. That's all I'm doing. Kind of think it's fun to just have some background stuff, so you're not necessarily thinking too much about, you know, how it's going to turn out or whatever, and then take that later and make it into whatever you want. I think I'm going to use worn lipstick. I've been going back and forth over here trying to figure out which one. And I think worn lipstick might look a little bit cooler with the red on this craft. But I don't know. Maybe it won't. We'll see, won't we? That came out pretty good. Okay, it's a nice light color. And then let's put that over it, and let's take another stab at this game over. Or the game really will be over, huh? I can't get it sooner or later. Well, I got one more stencil after this. All right, let's line this one up. See how it looks. Let's see if I succeeded or not. It's really 50-50 at this point. Let's see what we got. And that's not too bad. Here's the final product. It looks like it's pretty dry at this point. I really think it came out pretty cool looking. That'll make a fun something or another. We'll see. Not sure yet. On to the next one. All right, for this one, I want to try something different. I have some gesso here. I'm just going to put some in here. Gesso, if you're not familiar with it, is like an acrylic. It's got some thickness to it. It's really nice to put over things if you need to paint them. It gives you a base to work with. And because of that, it's got a little bit of substance to it. I'm not that familiar with it. I mean, I bought that one container of it, I don't know, 5 years ago now. I don't know how long ago. And I've been using it ever since. I use it every now and again for different things, and I think it might work for this. So I'd like to give it a try. We'll see. I don't know if there is if this is going to work or not. I just don't know. It might look cool. It might look not so cool. And you're going to be here to find out while I do it. Yeah, so it's not really changing the color as much as I would have liked. It's kind of changing a little bit of the... I thought it would make it lighter, but it's really not. It's almost Simon's color, so I don't know if it's actually doing any good or not. That's what I was kind of afraid of. Which is why I also put some pink paint on my desk. So we're going to try to add a little bit. I was trying to lighten it up. I guess I could have put... I don't have any white of any kind. So I'm going to try and put some of this lighter pink paint in here and see if that works. To lighten it up just a little bit. And we'll see how that works for this smaller. All right, well, let's give this a try. So I'm going to put it on here. I'm going to do these two smaller ones. So I'm going to turn them sideways. We're not going to do the bigger one. I'm just going to do the two smaller ones. And see how this goes. And if it gets in the bigger one, that's okay. But I'm going to try this and see how it goes. Probably should have mixed it a little bit better. This is why I don't cook much. Or bake, I should say. I cook, I don't bake. Because mixing things until they're a certain consistency is not my forte at all. Okay. Oh, I kind of like that. That's kind of neat the way it has that red in there. You can't do that every day, can you? Huh. Maybe I underestimated this as an idea. With it being the different ones. All right, here's what I want to do. So now I want to take this off. Not make too much of a mess, which is exactly what will happen, by the way. And yes, it does have that little thing up there, but we can get that off or cover it or something later. Let me get this on as soon as I possibly can, because we know... Oh, look at that. That's kind of cool looking by itself. Okay. This is what you do when you come into your craft room to play. You play. So I'm going to try and see how much of this I can get out of it. And even if it doesn't look like a heart, I think it's going to be kind of fun. We'll see. I might have something I can do with it. I really like the way that down there looked like bricks. It was kind of neat, the way the bottom of it looked. But actually, there's more in here. It's weird. It doesn't use as much as you think it would. Now, I don't think these will dry as fast because the gesso usually takes a while to dry. So it won't dry as fast as the just the lunar paste by itself. Lunar paste by itself dries super fast. Like, if you needed a card done today, you could do the lunar paste, walk away, like get your clothes on to go somewhere, come back and, you know, be ready to put your sentiment on the card. It's the dry time is like now, which is good and bad. It's bad when you're cleaning it up, let me tell you, because I'm constantly afraid it's going to dry onto my surfaces. So let's see what we got here. I mean, This might be fun. This might be a piece of paper. And that's okay. I like to play for the sake of playing sometimes. That's kind of what I feel like right now. I'm just playing. Whatever happens, happens. And if it's good, that'll be great. And if not, just do something else, right? Not every day has to have a specific purpose. Oh, that's kind of neat. All right, we're going to make a couple of inky backgrounds using these colors. I have Kitsch Flamingo, Picked Raspberry, Little Saltwater Taffy, and Festive Berries in ink. So I'm going to use those. Today, I'm going to do this a little bit different. Don't mind my very dirty sheet, but we're going to use this. It's not dirty, it's stained, so I shouldn't say dirty, it's stained. Don't mind my very stained sheet, so that you can see a little bit better, and it helps to move the color around a little bit. So we're just going to make a couple of inky backgrounds and hope that this comes out pretty good. We'll see. I decided I liked what I had here, but I want some red around the outside. I don't want all that white on the outside. I don't mind if there's some white in the middle. I just don't want the white on the edge. So I'm going to take my blending brush and I'm going to make sure I have my ink one on here. I do not mix my inks and oxides. I always heard you weren't supposed to mix them, and I think Tim said he does mix his. He just wipes them off after each one. So, you know, I guess maybe I was being a little bit too careful. I just didn't want to ruin them, and so I just have a separate one, and I'll probably continue to do that because in my mind, you don't mix them. I mean, you just don't mix colors for sure, but you don't mix the oxides with the inks. You kind of let them be themselves. And I'm gonna go around here, make this a little bit more pronounced with the red. I kind of wanted it really dark, and see how this looks. I like the red with the pink. It's kind of a thing I like that background. If you put something in it, I think it would show up really well. But what I might do, so I have this one on here, and I have this Picked Raspberries, so I might just take, I have one on the back of it. I might just take and do the Picked Raspberries on this one and see which one I like better. And it's not that I wouldn't use the red, I certainly would, but let's just take another option here. So when I'm looking at something and trying to figure out which way I want to do it, I have two options, right? For whatever card I make. I do plan on making cards with these coming up because Valentine's Day is right around the corner. I know, you wouldn't know it by the fact that I'm wearing orange with pumpkins on it, but hey. It's a nice, comfy, warm shirt. So I do wear it. This one and this one, look how different they look. Isn't that amazing? So I kind of like both of them differently, you know? They're just different. And it could depend on what you're making, whether you want it to be more... It says that red kind of came out a little coral around the side because of the pink mixing with it. It's kind of interesting. Let's go on to the next one. Let's have some fun here. I'm going to try to use all of these stamps and make a background. Make two of them, actually. While you're making one, you might as well make two. I'm using the Gina K carnation. We got medium, light, and dark carnation. These are the small ones. They were in a one of her kits. Her kits are really a good deal if you can afford to get the initial kit of it. It's a really good deal. They have a lot of good stuff in them. These had the stamps, the pink color and the... It's a little light, huh? That's pretty good. And then what I think would be nice is to have some white pearl, white, off-white. What have I got here? Ooh. Got some clear ones in here somewhere. Let me see if I can find them. Where are you, clear one? I do have red, and I do have pink. I have pops. I have pink pops. I have pink stickles. I was thinking the white. I just think it might make it look a little better. I don't know why I have it in my head that the white is the one we need, but that's what I have in my head. So let's give it a try. I'm going to leave this one flat. Maybe I put a couple more of these on here. I just kind of like them for the dimension. But I don't know that I want to do it for... all of them. There we go. I know how to get them all in here. I got so many backgrounds. Yeah. All right. Valentine's backgrounds galore. Here they are. I hope you enjoyed watching me make some backgrounds, and maybe it inspired you to make some backgrounds yourself. Go in and have a play. Try to take your time and don't worry about what else is going on. I'll turn some of these into cards and some of them into the treat box I have, and we'll have more fun with these ahead. Thanks so much for joining me today. Keep crafting. And dance by the light of the moon.